Good morning and thanks for choosing Fox 10 News on this Saturday morning. I am Gianni Navarro. Hope everyone is staying nice and warm on this chilly morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Jennifer Lambers to talk about those chilly temperatures.
Yeah, exactly, Gianni. It is cold out there to start off for your Saturday, and this is going to be because of these clear skies that we're seeing all across the southeast. Very minimal cloud cover, and checking in locally, you can see these clear skies, no clouds out there, so plenty of sunshine to start off for your day, and luckily this is going to continue. We're starting to see a better pattern ahead of us. We just got to get through these cold temperatures to start off for your morning. Right now, Wilmer 26, Mobile 28, and then Pensacola right on that freezing line at 32 degrees. So everywhere seeing these below freezing temperatures to start off for your morning. So do bundle up in case you have any early Saturday morning plans and definitely get that heat going. Heading into our next 24 hours though, temperatures today going to be doing better for our daytime highs. We're going to be seeing those mid to upper 50s, so warmer temperatures expected, and that's going to be with that abundance of sunshine plus winds beginning to calm out and down. But we will start to see our temperatures drop once again heading on into tonight. So any Saturday evening plans, we're going to be in the 40s by that point. For your headlines this morning, a very cold start. So again, make sure you are bundling up. For your Saturday forecast, more sunshine expected, and then it keeps getting better. We're looking ahead and a much warmer pattern is in sight. We're going to gradually warm up, but have all those details coming up soon. Gianni.
Thank you, Jennifer. For the first time, we're hearing the intense firefighter radio traffic as crews dealt with that massive blaze on Dr. Thomas Avenue. Now, it didn't take long for fast-moving flames to consume two homes on Dr. Thomas Avenue on Wednesday. Firefighters arriving just minutes after the first calls for help at 6:24. As the flames tore through the homes, the situation quickly became dire once dispatch alerted that someone was missing.
All units respond at 769 Dr. Thomas Avenue North. We received an additional call saying someone's possibly trapped in a residence.
On scene, firefighters immediately started setting up. During the initial search and heavy smoke, firefighters didn't appear to find anyone in either of the homes, but at some point they made a grim discovery, finding the two victims dead inside the home. ATF says that fire investigators are still working to figure out the cause of the fire. ATF's bomb data center is also assisting. Well, Mobile police say they expect to have the autopsy results for the elderly couple killed in that gruesome double homicide.
Again, there's a lot of pieces that as an agency that we're working on, that we're trying to put together.
Police Chief Lawrence Batiste says there's a lot of moving parts to the investigation into the death of Tony and Layla Lewis. Neighbors saying they heard gunshots before the house caught fire. Investigators are now looking into the possibility of a murder plot linked to their rapper grandson, Honeycomb Brazy, and a possible dispute with rivals. While Public Safety Director James Barber says they're looking into the possible connection, Chief Batiste would not speculate, but did say this.
If someone committed a cowardly act in this case that causes the death of someone that may not have been directly involved in somebody else's criminal behavior, you call it what it is. You call them cowards.
Meanwhile, Public Safety Director Barber also telling Fox 10 News there were two types of shell casings found at the scene, leading them to believe bullets came from two different guns.
We're not out of the woods, but we see how to get out of the woods, and please don't stop doing the things that you're doing. This is not the time to ease up on wearing your mask, or it's not the time to go be in large groups of people and think that that everything's going to be just fine. We're almost there. We have a few more months to go. Please continue to think about those people who are most vulnerable.
That's Alabama State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. He wants people to keep their COVID guards up, but he also says this may be the most optimistic he has been since the beginning of the pandemic. Hospitalization numbers in Alabama are now the lowest they've been since the early part of the summer, and the number of new daily cases has also been below 1,000 on several days recently. USA Health teaming up with Yorktown Baptist Church and the city of Mobile to bring vaccines to communities where people are having a difficult time getting the shots. Pastor Williams telling USA Health that his congregation would respond well to vaccinations being offered in their community. The event was aimed at specifically serving Africatown. Mayor Sandy Stimson calling the idea a major milestone.
These are people that typically may not come to downtown, want to drive through the Civic Center or go somewhere else, but it's so convenient because they live here and they're familiar with this church and they're familiar with some of the faces that they see around here.
Volunteers describing the process as smooth. Some people even came back with other eligible friends and family members to get vaccinated. USA Health was able to administer 400 vaccines at the event. To this date, USA Health has been able to give 23,000 vaccines. And the state health department hoping they won't have to delay mass vaccinations at OWO again. Hundreds showed up mostly for second shots. Organizers had to double up after losing their regular 2 days this week due to severe weather threats. About 200 first doses were also given out, but the medicine was depleted within an hour of the clinic opening yesterday. Now the clinic schedule at OWO returns to its regular Tuesday to Thursday schedule next week. You can go to FOX10TV.com for more details. Well, President Biden got a first-hand look at the U.S. vaccination effort during a visit to a Pfizer manufacturing plant in Michigan. The trip comes as the president promises to pour billions of dollars into vaccination programs that are not in America. Fox News White House correspondent Peter Ducey has the details.
On a tour that included freezers set to 70 below zero and a state-of-the-art assembly line, President Biden seemed most impressed with quality control.
It takes more time to do the check for safety than it does actually to make the vaccine. That's how fastidious they are.
And they're fast. This Pfizer factory produces 700,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine per hour, but snow and cold are complicating things.
Look what's happening with the weather now, for example. It's slowing up the distribution.
Biden believes there was a bigger problem with vaccines, though: President Trump.
My predecessor, as my mother would say, God love him, failed to order enough vaccines, failed to mobilize the effort to administer the shots, failed to set up vaccine centers. That changed the moment we took office.
Biden is upending President Trump's foreign policy, too.
I'm sending a clear message to the world. America is back.
Back to the Obama era when it comes to combating climate change.
And as of today, the United States is officially, once again, a party to the Paris Agreement, which we helped put together.
And diplomacy with Tehran, as the administration signals it's willing to work with Europe on a redo of the Iran nuclear deal.
We're going to work in close cooperation with our European and other partners as we proceed. We'll also work together to lock down fissile and radiological material to prevent terrorist groups from acquiring and using them.
He'd like to team up with Europe to take on China, too.
Competition with China is going to be stiff. That's what I expect, and that's what I welcome.
That competition, he sees as president, wasn't there when he was a candidate talking China.
They're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not competition for us.
President Biden doesn't want global competition for the COVID-19 vaccine, committing $4 billion to send doses to low and middle income countries.
It's not enough that we find cures for Americans. There needs to be a cure that the world is able to take part of, because you can't build a wall or a fence high enough to keep a pandemic out.
In the United States, he sees getting shots as a patriotic duty.
Please, for yourself, your family, your community, this country, take the vaccine when it's your turn and available.
He joked it was available to the traveling press corps today.
I don't know if you all got that. 351,000 doses in one pallet.
We have the needles, so come on up.
The president joked about handing it out, but that's not how it works. And he later got more serious, acknowledging that there are people in this country who need the COVID-19 vaccine and are being told to go online, but they either don't have access or they don't know how. In Jackson, Michigan, Peter Ducey, Fox News.
President Joe Biden's ambitious American Rescue Plan moved through the House with its key pieces intact. The $1.9 trillion stimulus includes the $15 an hour minimum wage as it was pieced together by the House Budget Committee. Americans making $75,000 or less a year would get a one-time direct payment of $1,400. The proposal also includes more money for small businesses struggling during the pandemic. Federal unemployment benefits will include a $400 a week increase, and there's more money for schools to reopen. The bill is expected to go to the House floor next week. Senate Republicans are concerned it will bypass their committees and go straight to the Senate floor for a vote. President Biden has said the quicker the legislation is passed, the more lives can be saved and the faster the economy will recover.